Today I want to show you what these acrylic windows are capable of in regards to impact and scratches, and how, if we do get some scratches, we can go ahead and repair those using some pretty inexpensive tools, some of which you might already have. Now this guy, this is one of the acrylic dual pane windows, and this took a drop off of a truck. And there are actually two panes, of course, with these acrylic windows, which is dual pane. And this is what helps keep a lot of the hot out and the cold in the summer, for example. It's pretty thick stuff. Of course, if you bend it far enough, you can break this, but it is pretty impact resistant, and I'll show you what I mean. Now, I have a multi-tool here, and so this part is already cracked over here, but this section is not. And if I take this and I go, that is not breaking, which is great. You know, you're gonna get some marring, but it's, you know, you can hit rocks on this many times. It is pretty impact resistant, not impact proof, but impact resistant, which is wonderful. But if I come here and I go ahead and peel off the cover here, you can see the parts that this whole thing twisted and shattered when it impacted on the ground, so it did break. But we otherwise have a perfect surface. There's nothing, this is brand new otherwise. So let's go ahead, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you. Of course, with these, it's a softer material, which gives it some of that impact rating. The harder material, the more resistant it's going to be to flex and such. So what we can do here is I'll show you. I'm just going to take the end of my tool, the pry part of my tool here, and I'm just going to run this across. Run that across. And this might, you know, imitate what a branch might do. You know, branches and such. Yeah, I'm starting to get some of the marks here. And over time, you're gonna get those, you know, nature's pinstripes is what they call it. And the thing I love about the acrylic windows is they can be buffed out, unlike glass, that takes a little bit more work, maybe more specialty or replacement. This is definitely, you've got a lot of advantages with these acrylics. I also like the fact that they're, you know, they're tinted and all that good stuff. And then you'll find is that in the winter, they don't sweat nearly as much, right? Let me show you what we're working with here. You know, this is otherwise brand new. You can see some of those marks, and they don't just, you know, you can't just pop them out. And these are actually worse than many of them, because the edge of this tool, of course, is a little sharper. But yeah, we'll go ahead and I'm gonna do a little squiggly here. You know, we're gonna get some of this marking. Now, I can actually feel some of those grooves there, so hopefully you guys can see that. And I want to put a little bit of tape here. I'm gonna show you kind of the before and after. And you know, this guy hit hard, and I would have expected, you know, with glass, this would have just shattered into a million pieces. But this is definitely a lot safer. If something were to come up, fly up, and impact, you're getting bigger shards, not something that's going to just, you know, scatter and you know, basically explode. And what I'll do, so we have very similar marks, of course, on both sides of these, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take a little tape. Let's go ahead and mask off a portion just for a kind of a before and after, just to make it easy to see. So I'm gonna work on this portion that doesn't have the cracks, of course. If your window is cracked, do not continue to use it. That wouldn't make any sense. You can use a little bit of clear tape, packing tape, or duct tape, you know, whatever suits your fancy. And then they're really easy to swap out. It's, you know, just a couple screws. It's literally just lift on, lift off. So what we're going to use here to repair this is I have a little bit of this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. And then we're going to follow up with Meguiar's Ultimate Polish. You can use any compound and polish that you prefer, but I've had Meguiar's for a long time, and it works beautifully. Now, this works on fiberglass, and this works on paints. This even works on headlights. You know, the trick is you want to go ahead and basically the compound is going to start to scratch some of that down, kind of like sandpaper would, right? And you can wet sand. With these windows, I'm not going to wet sand, but I'm going to use that compound, kind of like a wet sand. And then the polish, it's a lot more fine. And then you're going to want to use multiple. We're going to use a buffing pad, and then we'll attach it to a cord. I'm going to use a cordless drill. You can use a corded drill. You can do a DA. You can use all sorts of different equipment, but a drill has worked well for me for years. So that's what I'm going to use. Here I have a nice kind of a buffing pad. It's a wool pad here. And then I've actually got an even larger one for bigger areas that I want to, you know, blend in. And then, again, this works for automotive. This works for your fiberglass as well, your gel coat. In this case, though, because I want to be a little bit more abrasive. I can feel these scratches there. I'm going to go ahead and be a little bit more abrasive. I'm going to use it's more like a sponge here. So let me go ahead on the end. It's just a little adapter. You can pick these up, you know, on Amazon, or I'm sure that auto parts stores will have something like this. Harbor Freight in the US will do the trick. Now, I've got my ultimate compound. This isn't harmful stuff. Oh yeah, I've just got just enough left. And usually I would squirt this out, but we're at the very bottom of this. This stuff has lasted me for years. So just get it on that pad. You know, it might get a little bit messy, but usually it's not too bad. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and spread it out first. And again, essentially this is just acting kind of like a sandpaper. It's almost like a wet sand almost. So I'm gonna spread that out on this. And then we have 2 directions on our drill, of course, to drill and undrill. You wanna work it kind of back and forth. And essentially we'll watch as these kind of start to disappear, and you'll see that it might introduce some cloudiness, of course. But the only thing you wanna be aware of is that this is acrylic, which is a form of plastic. The friction will create heat, so you wanna be careful with that. And if you're not comfortable with this, of course, go to a professional. But we want to avoid too much heat buildup because we don't want that melting. We don't want any color, discoloration and all that. Let's get started. All right, we'll just press and hold that. And I can focus on certain areas, go slow. And we're not in any rush. Work it out. We want to work it all as even as we can. And I would suggest maybe refreshing your compound, because it does last a very long time. Refresh that compound before it gets chalky. I think mine's maybe a little past due, but you'll see how well this works, even so. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of work this in. You could potentially do this by hand. You don't have to use a drill, but it makes it a whole lot easier to me and a lot more uniform. And when you do things by hand like this, I see one of the scratches right there. When you do things by hand, of course, you might go ahead and inadvertently cause excess pressure and introduce new scratches. So this is a lot more uniform. I'm gonna flip it back around just to switch it up. And there's a lot of other tricks for polishing, but this is like a basic do-it-yourself. Anybody can do this sort of deal and really make the scratches look a lot better. So we have a wavy scratch in here that I'm seeing, and I'm gonna keep working that until it all but disappears. But you'll notice I'm not just sitting in one spot over and over and over, because you'll actually feel the heat build up. There's a difference there. All right, I spent about 5 minutes because some of these were pretty deep, and we still have, some markings here, but compared to what we started with, it looks night and day difference. Now, one thing I would probably advise is to wear an apron of some sort. This stuff can get a little messy, especially the older it is. So the newer the better. And this stuff is $10 a bottle, 15 bucks a bottle. It's really not terrible, especially compared to the cost of a new acrylic window. So, oh man, all right. Yeah, let me show you this. We're halfway done here, but I think it looks 1,000 times better already. Here's the kind of the before. That's sort of what we're looking at here. And then this is where we're at so far, halfway through. There's kind of smeared a little bit. And ignore, of course, it's gonna be hard to tell. There's cracks on the other side of this, but I mean, just look at that already. And we're already halfway done. And you could, I'm sure, be done here. But we're gonna hit this with the McGuire's polish. And you can use turtle wax. There's a lot of different companies. And you can also feel free to add a little bit of UV protectant over this when you're all done. But for this demo, let's go ahead and just finish up the polish. We'll go ahead and swap out my pad as well to a wool style. I'll use the big one. And I like the big one just because it kind of spreads out the load a bit, spreads out the heat, and this one is really nice and soft. I think I got this one from Harbor Freight. And just as we had done last time, I'm gonna go ahead and just load up the pad. And yeah, it does get a little messy, and it's not a big deal. But I know a lot of folks are afraid to have, nice shiny things, or they're like, oh, I gotta maintain a lot of. Most of this stuff you can do yourself. It takes a weekend to do the entire trailer, maybe. Basically, don't be afraid to use your stuff just because you might get some of nature's pinstripes here. Okay, so I spread that around, and we'll get to buffing. And we're avoiding the heat spots. We're not And we're going to keep it moving just the same to avoid building up heat. Ideally, you would do this in a shaded area, and you can do this on your trailer. You don't have to pull these off, of course. That would make it a lot more stable to keep it on the trailer, but in this instance, this was a lot easier to show you guys. There we go. And the gel coat is a very nice surface, and it responds very well to this buffing. You know, we've been at Costco and had shopping carts hit our trailer, and you know, I mean, gel coats are even easier than acrylic windows, but they just work so well. All right, that was just another 3 minutes of buffing or so. Typically, I would say do not use a paper towel. We want to use a microfiber, but for this instance, these windows are already kind of trash. So I'm just gonna wipe it off of here so we can see sort of the before and after. And I think you might be impressed. You definitely could do this by hand, but a drill just makes it so much easier. All right, let me get that off. And let me show you the before and after, and hopefully it shows up. The camera doesn't always do it justice here. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, let me wipe that so you guys can really get a good glimpse. There's no fancy camera work here, and you'll see how easy it is. All right, so other than being, you know, a little dirty still, there's a couple smudge marks there. I mean, you wouldn't know, really. They're very, very minor. You know, these are things that we could continue to work on. You know, there we are. But you can see over here, very clear, and then here, hopefully it's picking up correctly. You see all the swirls and the, you know, this one's a gouge. I could probably get that gouge down to, there you go, probably get that down to 40% of that, which is, hey man, for what, 20 bucks in materials, 30 bucks, let's say, you know, you probably already have the drill, so that's doing pretty dang well. You can wax these windows, you know, and then polish them. Again, microfiber, I would never use a paper towel on any, you know, any actual window. You know, the paper towel will actually cause its own scratches. It's rather abrasive. But yeah, I hope this shows you though, how well that works, you know, kind of a before and an after. Isn't that amazing? All right, so now you guys have seen, I mean, these windows are very resilient. Obviously they do crack, but they don't splinter into a million pieces. They don't explode on impact, which is excellent, as you can see here. And this was one tough cookie when it hit. And then you can also see how well it was able to be repaired. I mean, it's a significant difference before and after. And even if it's not perfect, at least you can see out clearly and all that good stuff. And of course, same thing on the underside of this. And the same technique can be used on your gel coat, of course. But if you're gonna replace the window due to scratches anyways, why not give it a shot and save a few bucks, most likely. But if you guys use a different product or a different technique to polish your windows, your gel coat, whatever, leave it in the comments below and help others. See you in the next video. Bye guys.